Thanks for stopping by, guys, and welcome back to Scrap Mechanic. Now, today I'm going to be looking at a creation that I just recently finished. If you've been around the channel for any time now, you will know that I do enjoy making tanks. I really enjoy the challenge of making tanks, seeing what works best, and today we're going to be looking at a new concept. This is inspired by the real-life Stridsvagn, or S-Tank as you may know it. I have done tanks like this before, but this is with some of the modern cannons that I've been working with. So without any further ado, here it is. So this tank, one of the big things with the S-Tank is, yes, it is considered to be a main battle tank. However, it does not use a turret. Some of the biggest focuses with the Stridsvagn was extremely good armor, a good weapon. However, it did sacrifice mobility a little bit without having a turret. They were used mostly as an ambush craft. However, this thing here is really odd. I'm not going to call it a 100% replica of a real-life Stridsvagn. It was roughly inspired by it. And to be completely honest, I'm not sure whether or not I would call this a main battle tank. It's a really weird creation once you actually look at some of the designs here. It's kind of a mix between like an attack craft, a main battle tank, and a light artillery piece. It's really interesting. Let's go through it. This works just like any other tank I would have designed. Has normal tank steering, WAS and D. You aim the tank the same way that all my tanks would. Even the tanks with turrets, this does use it. So instead of using A and D to turn left and right, you can use 1 and 4. So that way it matches up with all my old tanks. And one of the things that made the Stridsvagn really unique is how it aimed up and down. The gun itself was attached to the chassis directly. However, the tracks had hydraulics, which allowed the entire chassis to move independently of the tracks. And that's how it would aim up and down. That's what I've replicated here. So, you might be wondering where the weapon is. You've noticed the machine guns, and must I say, I really like how these machine guns turned out, being pushed into the hole set in there a little bit. But the weapon is actually in the back, and if I can press 2 buttons. Press 7, and it'll pop out. It is not loaded. I can press 7 again, and it'll go away. Or, if it's put away, and I press the fire button, it will pop out ready to fire. So let's go ahead and load this up. Drag one piece of cardboard across, and it loads 3 separate pieces of cardboard, ready to put my rounds on. And just like that, really quickly, I've loaded 3 whole rounds. And from here, I can aim this like any normal tank. I'm going to go for that rock over there. 6 for the machine guns, which I can use to aim. And all 3 of these rounds shoot off of 5. So press 5, shoots first round, press 5 again. That round was a dud, unfortunately. That is actually the second time that's happened to me this entire time I've been working with this vehicle. Press 5 again for the 3rd round. If you really want to, you could get this to be really quickly. If you had a second person, you could probably maintain a near full auto fire. So, bang, bang, bang. Reload. Bang, bang, bang. And there you go. Now, if you have ammo loaded and you're moving and you're afraid that these rounds will get hit by a stray spud, or you just don't want to be as big, you are a little bit taller with the rounds out, and you want to conceal yourself, you can press 7, and it'll tuck the weapon away, so you're a lot slimmer, you're a lot shorter, and you don't have to worry about those rounds being hit by any stray weapons. And overall, it's a really compact design. In total, it's about the same size as a normal tank hull would be for something like the Mark 18. This whole tank is about the size of just the bottom half of the Mark 18. And overall does a really good job. I've taken this through some testing battles. I haven't done a full-on battle with it yet. But so far it has proven to be quite useful with this 3-round autoloader. That quick bang, bang, bang is more than enough to overwhelm your enemy. A lot of times in the old tank battles when we all had 1 round, you would shoot and you'd have to back up and reload, or you'd have to back up and try and dodge the enemy's shot. And once both of you have shot, you both had time to reload. However, with this, having 3 rounds, if you can fire, and even if you miss, you can immediately follow up and follow up again. And if your enemy misses their shot, you have 3 free chances to kill them, essentially. Say you miss your first shot, they miss their first shot. They can't reload until you've shot your other 2, because as soon as they stop to reload, they're fair game. Now, I'm going to tear this tank apart a little bit because this tank does have a significant amount of logic in it. So far, there are some issues with the logic I would like to fix. However, they're very minute and they don't really cause much problems in battle. One of those things is 7, which raises and lowers. If you spam it too quickly, you can break your weapon. As you can see, it's jittering really bad now. You can put it on a lift and it'll fix it, or you can tap it a little bit and it might fix. See if I can get it to fix here. No, I can't, so let's put it back on a lift. And whenever the gun is lowered, if you press 5 to fire, it'll raise. However, if you tap it too quickly, it'll raise and then lower back down. So you do have to press it, wait a second, and then you're ready to fire. So there are a few things here and there I do want to fix. Probably won't fix them in this iteration. It'll be something to do in the future. But overall, I'm really happy with this. So let's go ahead and kind of tear this apart. So in the back of the tank, you have the actual cannon, which is set up on pistons to push up. I actually deleted the pistons, so this should be a separate entity. Yes. There is the cannon. It's a rather large cannon. It has 3 separate firing... I forgot the word I was thinking of. 3 separate firing systems? I'm not sure what the word was I was looking for. And with that gone, you can actually see part of the chassis. You can see it down there with the wheels. This part down here, I need to grab my welding tool. I forgot to do that. This part here is separate and is the chassis, whereas this is... Okay, sorry, I was looking at that wrong. This is the main chassis. I'm not sure what I'm saying. This is the main part of the tracks. This is the main chassis. And this is the front sloped armor. Honestly, the front slope is mostly for aesthetics. It might bounce around, but so far armor is not something that works well in scrap mechanic. And with the weapon gone, this works just fine as a normal tank. Just no weapon involved, unfortunately. I guess you do have the machine gun. So, like I said, overall I'm really happy with it. It does, so far in the testing I've done, it does show some clear benefits over a turreted tank just because of those 3 rounds that you have at all times. Just being able to shoot is really good. And especially if your enemy has shot their round, as long as you have a round, you can pretty much chase them and they can't reload without being shot at, essentially, becoming a sitting duck. So I think the best way to end this off is to shoot it with itself. and see what kind of destruction we can cause. Let's check to see if it's loaded. Yes, we are loaded. Alright, ready, aim, fire. And one hit. Fire. Fire. Oh, that was a dud. Unfortunately. The lag caused by this thing freaking out has prevented us from firing, and the frame rate is not helping. So we got 2 rounds to hit. Let's see what kind of damage. Okay, the entire rear. That was actually lucky on this tank's part. Simply because it actually detonated the cannon, but didn't cause a chain reaction with all the canisters that are right there. Interesting. And it seems the second round hit here, which was the majority of the engines. I should say actually half of the engines. Seems like all the logic is intact and the seat was destroyed. So this is up on the workshop if you do want to play with it for yourself. I do have some ideas of what I want to do with this in the future, and I do want to use it for tank battles. I think this would do quite well. But I am going to end this episode here. If you did enjoy, please leave a like. Any suggestions, leave them in the comments down below. Enjoy the channel, enjoy what I'm doing. Please subscribe. It helps out a lot. And right now, shares help the channel the most. So if you do help the channel, please share this episode with a friend. Wait for it. Wait for it. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for sticking around. And until next time, peace.